The co-op heist genre on life support. But out of the smoke comes a new job. And no, it's not Payday 4. Something darker, colder, bolder. Den of Wolves drops straight out of 10 Chambers, the mind behind GTFO and the OG Payday crew, and this isn't just a reskin. It's a full cyberpunk, brain hack, heist fantasy with zero moral compass and all-out chaos baked into every level. This isn't just another wannabe shooter. It's a game that wants to rip the soul out of the genre and stuff it into a neutral vault guarded by psychopaths. So here's the breakdown. Gameplay, narrative, system, impressions, red flags, potential. Everything we know about Den of Wolves and whether it can actually deliver the high stakes fantasy it's promising. Let's crack this open. Welcome to Midway City, the world's economy obliterated. AI broke into vaults, nuked accounts, and now civilization runs on corporate secrets locked in neurological mindfolds. You're not a hero. You're a gun for hire. You'll rob one CEO, then work for the same guy's rival or the guy you just betrayed. This ain't Gotham. This is capitalism on crack. And unlike Payday's moral dance, Den of Wolves makes one thing clear. You're a mercenary. You don't care who signs the checks. If there's money in, you are in. That pitch alone sold me harder than Payday 3's entire marketing cycle. But here's the twist. You're not just stealing loot. You're diving into brain-encoded vaults, literally jacking into human thought space. It's Inception meets Heat meets Watch Dogs if everything was dipped into a neon grime and triple crosses. Now look, I haven't ever been on the big whole cyberpunk aesthetic, Blade Runner's cool, but it always felt a little style over substance. Still, this world, it's got edge, it's got attitude, and it's got enough world building to suggest that they're playing the long game here. Think gangs, PMCs, street enforcers, and faceless Kerpis with neural defenses so twisted they built an entire game mechanic around it. And that dive mechanic, it's ambitious, messy, but brimming with potential. So far, so gritty. But now, let's talk gameplay, because of the blood-soaked streets of Midway run hot. Alright, let's cut through the lore and hit the steel. Fair warning, this build was earlier than Payday 3's excuses. Crashes, bugs, frame drops. Totally expected, but underneath the spaghetti, there's real meat here. Let's start with the heat. Guns play solid. Not revolutionary, but responsive. I ran pistol plus DMR. Fast fire, low recoil, clean headshots. Headshots! DMR is a one-shot head popper that sounds floaty recoil and some sluggish movement. Yeah, it's there, but nothing patchwork can fix. Enemy AI smarter than Payday's cardboard cops. They flank, breach, suppress, and they hurt. Shields won't save you unless you're in cover. Even basic goons chew through your health fast. It's a healthy difficulty spike. Not GTFO pain, but it demands coordination. The heist itself was broken into 3 acts. Vault breach, boss fight, dive mechanic plus extraction. We used spider drills to crack vaults and fight through a gang led by a loudmouth boss named Grimjaw. His constant trash talk, hilarious. His difficulty spike, deadly. Then came the dive segment, mind space extraction with weird platforming and enemy swarms. Felt long, felt repetitive, but it's early and this mechanic could evolve into something wild if they lean into this narrative potential. The whole thing ended with a zipline escape and craving for more. Buggy or not, there's vision here. Alright, let's talk about the dive, the mindful, the WTF, the brainjack mechanic that defines Den of Wolves. In theory, it's brilliant. A high-tech way to shift settings mid-heist, inject narrative, and keep things real. In practice, not quite there yet. The current build throws you into weird platforming sequences. Think Tron meets Mirror's Edge, but without the elegance. You jump, parkour, maybe cry a little, and if one teammate fails, you wait in circle, just waiting. It's the least fun part of an otherwise chaotic mission, but, and there's a big but, the eye aesthetic is sick. The audio design goes full bass heavy, echo chamber insanity, and the idea of using this mechanic for more than just parkour, that's where the potential explodes. Imagine mid-heist narrative twists, changing enemy types, visual hallucinations, and sudden betrayal mechanics, all tied to the dive. This could be the signature mechanic if they clean it up and expand the sandbox. Right now, it's repetitive and undercooked, but it's not beyond saving. I wouldn't throw it out. I'd have evolved it, give it teeth, make it weird, make it daily, and make it unforgettable, because platforming in cyberspace isn't sexy, but psychotic reality warping gunfighting with corporate ghosts? Woohoo! That's your gold mine. Simon Vicklon is back and it shows. The soundtrack hits hard with trap and hip hop energy, ditching overused synthwave for something punchier and darker. There's still cinematic layering, but it's less John Wick's rave and more corporate execution set to bass lines. Gun sounds, heavy and punchy. Sound design, straight up banger. Especially during the dive segments where everything echoes like you're inside a corrupted AI mainframe. When the helicopter crashes through the window mid-heist and the music shifts with it, absolute chills. Here's the wild part. The soundtrack evolves. Multiple tracks play across different phases of the same heist. Intro, boss fight, extraction, all get their own vibe. There's even a system in the works that adapts the intensity based on where you are. Separated from your squad, music pulls you back. In a firefight, full send. Dynamic scoring is a rare treat in FPS titles. If executed well, it will elevate everything. Also, when you finish a heist, there's a vocal layer that fades in over the beat. That's style, baby. That's Simon doing what he does best, making you feel like the slickest criminal on earth when you pull it off. You want a taste? Go stream Takeover and Inject. That's the Den of Wolves audio mood. Hard, moody, and immersive. This isn't just music for style, it's music that mirrors the chaos. I'm thinking Baby Driver vibes. You know what I mean? Forget static heist menus. Den of Wolves is playing a different game. This isn't about picking a bank job 3 from a list. It's about storylines, strings of missions where what you do actually matters. Prep missions informs final missions. Enemies remember you. Civilians spill info. Torture victims echo choices you made 2 missions back. You might sabotage one corporation, then get hired by their rival in the next job. It's chaos, continuity, and capitalism stitched into one player-driven system. The idea is that hosts run the show. They choose who's a planner and who's just muscle. Guns for hire can't interact with objectives, they just shoot. That keeps rondos from nuking your stealth run because they tripped over a laser grid with a grenade. Is it perfect? Too early to say. But this layer of control over your lobby is something Payday never figured out. And if they get it right, it's going to drastically reduce trolling and mission failing nonsense from fandom. Customization, masks, voices, outfit, weapon skins, all coming. Rewards range from gear, parts to resources. No word on whether progression is XP based, gear based, or something stranger. There's a hideout tab in the menu, but that's still grayed out. Mystery zone. No perk decks, no skill trees, no infamy grind, just you, your gear, and your decisions. It's not trying to be Payday 4, and honestly, that's the smartest move they could have made. Let's talk friction points, because there's a lot riding on this game sticking the landing. First up, the balance. Shields feel overpowered. Projectiles go through them, enemies can't. We hide behind them on the whole demo like it was a sacred relic. Devs, nerf that thing or make enemies smart enough to flank and grenade us out. Then there's visibility. Equipment disappears into the floor. I lost count of how many times I got dropped while scanning for my sentry like it was a pixel in a haystack. Add outlines, add markers, add something. Spawn logic all over the place. Sometimes you're overwhelmed, other times it's radio silence. Is it bad AI, early code? Unclear, but it needs consistency. And the platform and drives already talked about it. Still weak. Needs teeth, not timers. Voice acting, rough. Your handler sounds like a caffeinated Twitch mod trying to yell orders through puberty. Doesn't match the grim tone, hopefully that placeholder. Enemy types, light so far. 1 or 2 heavies, same look, same tactics. Give us more variety, shields, drones, freaks, you name it. GTFO got this right. Den of Wolves needs to follow suit. Progression, still a mystery. Will I play for bragging rights or actual unlocks? Is this cosmetic driven, gear based, infamy free? Until we know, players will be cautious. And finally, over promising. Bold systems need bold delivery, dive mechanics, player agency, adaptive heists. They sound amazing, but execution? That's what'll make it or break it. So what's the verdict? Den of Wolves is raw, risky, and ridiculously ambitious. But underneath the bugs, broken bits, and early access junk, there's a soul. A violent, chaotic, neon-drenched soul. This isn't just another Payday clone, this is a heist game with its own rules, its own moral compass, or lack of one. And a drive to break the genre wide open. It's not perfect, hell, it's not even finished. But if Taint Chambers keeps building on this foundation, we could be looking at the next gold standard for cooperative FPS heists. Now, I want to hear from you. Is Den of Wolves shaping up to be the genre savior that we need? Or are you still burnt out after the Payday 3 disaster? And how do you feel about that dive mechanic? Clever system or cyber blow? Smash that like button like you're trying to bypass a Volt laser system while your crew's yelling at you to move faster. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We're tracking Den of Wolves like it's a moving target. Updates, deep dives, comparisons, and more. Every step of the way. When this video ends, the real mission begins. Pick your next level up side quest, whether you're diving into game history, exploring stealth-based shooters, or breaking down upcoming games. Our next content drop is already locked and loaded. Load your max, sync your timers. Den of Wolves is just the beginning. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.